What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. I'm glad to see you in here on the live show tonight. If you're post-live, fast forward to the 10-minute mark and you'll get to the call-in segment. But tonight, it's about the fans, just like it's supposed to be from the jump, man. We're going to talk college ball. We're going to talk hot topics, everything you want to get into. But before you get into it, I need you to go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share the stream. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 5K. Jump in the comments live if you can. Get on the phone line. It's all about you. We want to engage with you tonight here on the Coach Smook Network. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say it. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate
Roll
that, bro.
Tide.
Roll Tide.
Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Yes, sir. I had to had to take a little hoochie mama bath. Y'all know what a hoochie mama bath is. If y'all from the South, y'all know what a hoochie mama bath is. It's Friday, y'all. Come in, bring it in. Give me the taps on TikTok. Give me the love on YouTube. Drop the likes. I gotta fix this hat. I don't know what I did to it. Oh, it just came unbuttoned. Welcome in, welcome in. Give it up for yourselves. One more time. Give it up for yourself. Welcome in, chat. Welcome in. Turn the music down just a slight. I noticed on the last live stream, when we have it above 9-ish, I think when it's above 9 is when it cuts out in the audio, but it sounds good. Appreciate my team in the back on the ones and twos making it do what they do. Let's go. We got a Friday night show. What's up, CJ? I see you tapping the screen. Y'all make sure y'all on TikTok, y'all tap and hold the screen and repost the live stream. I know y'all just got done watching me with my my workout live stream over there on TikTok. Let me go ahead and get the other live set up. I need to find the other stand. There it is. Hold on 1 second, y'all. It's already set up. We just got to hit go live on there. And because we're on the Coach Smook Network TikTok page. Give it up for that, man. Y'all got us to 100 followers. We literally have been campaigning on it for probably like maybe 5 days now. We've been campaigning on it. We got some different we got some different posts on the page. We've been posting on it, but we've only been campaigning for about a week. But tonight, man, it's all college football talk. We're going to be able to talk a little bit about everybody's squad tonight. If you want to jump in live on the phone lines, we got the phone lines opening up in about 10 minutes. And if you're watching on the Coach Smook Network TikTok channel, make sure you pull up. Make sure you pull up on the Coach Smook TikTok, and you can pull up on the Coach Smook YouTube channel, the live call and see your comments on the page. But we talking all college football tonight, man. We got a lot of topics to talk about. Speaking of topics of conversation, we saw the preseason, the coaching rankings come out, college football coaching rankings, and Kalen DeBoer finds himself in the top 10, but a little controversy there. We're going to have a conversation about that. I got a bone to pick with some of these writers that keep doing these rankings and stuff, especially with the coaching conversation. I think Kalen DeBoer is being disrespected at a different level. And then we're going to get into some of the fan bases. We've been talking fan bases. I'm optimistic about a few fan bases, chat. It's a few fan bases, a few teams that I'm very optimistic about. Now that we're getting closer to the season, you're starting to hear a few more storylines develop. Things are transpiring, and you're looking at teams kind of like getting settled in, and not necessarily settling in who they are, but kind of what they want to try to present as an identity and personnel available going into the season. So we'll get into that tonight. And if y'all see me looking around, it's because I got a camera here, I got a camera here, and I got a camera there. So we're trying to make sure we're connected with everybody tonight, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in once again. Give it up for yourself, man. Facebook family, I see you got reactions on Facebook. Appreciate the Facebook love. Miss Pat showing love on Facebook. Give it up for Miss Pat. Come on, man. We got my boy Jack the Silverback tapping in on TikTok, man. We got a bunch of people tapping in on TikTok. Make sure y'all like it on the stream on the Facebook Network channel. Make sure you come subscribe on the YouTube channel. We're on our way to 5K. And as y'all can see, Miss Pat coming in the chat. We got Zach checking in on YouTube. We got everybody pulling up, man. Give it up for Zach. We got my guy Plow Jogger pulling up on YouTube. Appreciate you, Roll Tide Bama Nation. Let's go. We gonna slip into a roll call and didn't even have to announce it. I like my team, bro. My team goated. Khalil, appreciate you for tapping in. Roll Tide, man. Appreciate you. Ramsey, I see you over there on TikTok. Appreciate you for pulling up. Walter Roberts, Roll Tide, put me in the game, Coach. I got you, Walter. We got that phone line opening up for y'all in a minute, man. Hopefully y'all ready to go. The offensive line is going to smoke defenses this year. That's the plan. That's the hope. That's the hope. You know, for a lot of people, they had a lot of gripes and complaints about the offensive line last year. But if you go back and really look at a lot of those games, man, early in the season, our offensive line was performing way above what they were getting credit for. Just didn't have the quarterback play, in my opinion. But we're going to get into the phone lines, man. We got about 5 more minutes before we open the phone lines. But before we get into that, I want to do something special real quick. We got a special announcement, and y'all know we do this all the time. We have players that we're closely connected to in the college football ranks, in the high school ranks. Once we get connected to our Bama boys, it's a different type of vibe. So today, we got a special shout-out for none other than the 5-star freshman phenom, Xavier Griffin, man. Happy birthday to my young bull, man. Xavier, man, we so proud of you, bro. We so proud of you. Early enrollee this past spring, him and Zay Hall, but there was a lot of hype around Zay Griffin, and a lot of people outside of Bama fan base, analysts thought that he was going to be like a progressional add to this team. But Griffin, we might see him in the rotation early, especially coming off the edge with the Wolf Room being kind of light. You got some guys kind of working into that position. You need speed rush. This young man was doing some crazy stuff, but outside of football, just a great young man. We got to get a personal interaction with him last year during his they were doing a 7-on-7 level up. Was in Birmingham, Alabama. They came over Gainesville High School, and this young man was out there, and we got to get the one-on-one interaction, in-person interaction, and it was an awesome interaction. The young man is respectable. Shout out to my sister Jay, his mother, man. I'm talking about the businesswoman. She's the manager. She running everything behind the scenes. Zay is just the man that young man that keeps his head down. Very respectable. You talk to anybody about his character, the young man carries himself to a standard that's very respectable. And as a young African-American athlete, that's something that you love to see, man. That you love to see for him setting the standard. Not just him, but others around him. It's not always just about what you do. It's about who you choose to surround yourself with. And not everybody has it easy. And not saying he's had it easy, but this young man has made some conscious decisions to dedicate himself on a different level. And he's had the support from his mother and those around him, his coaches and all of those things to hold him accountable. And he's enjoyed being held accountable. And players like that, young men like that, they find themselves in a lot of successful situations. So today, blessings to you, young man, young Xavier Griffin. Man, one of my favorite players on the roster in that 26 recruiting class, man. I'm telling you, I told y'all coming into this season, him and a few other young guys, man, Corey Howard, Zay Hall, Bryson Cooley, Booker, those offensive linemen, Jaira Edwards in the secondary, Zion Gibson, Jordan Edmonds. That class is deep with talent. This young man really leads the pack, and you will see it. You will get to see glimpses of it this season. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Happy birthday once again, Xavier Griffin. Give it up for him. Now, we got a few things that we're going to talk about tonight. We talked about, the lineup and everything. But now tonight, the phone lines are open for y'all. We're going to get y'all on the phone lines. I'm talking preseason rankings. Let's talk about this. I want to go to this article real quick. And let's just go over the rankings right now. And do I want to share this? I don't want to get. Let's just talk about it. Let's transition. We ain't got to do the transition scene. Preseason coaching rankings. Let's talk about it. ESPN right now. Let me find out who the writer is so I can make sure we talking about this now. ESPN So I guess they had a panel vote on the top 10, top 25 coaches, with ranking college football's top coaches for 2026. So we're going to the top 10. We're going to talk about top 10. Curt Cignetti, number one. They're giving him his overall winning record, his overall record as a head coach, 46-6. He got 94 points, votes, 5 of the 10 first place votes. He got 5 of those 10 first place votes. Cignetti. All right, the story behind it, numbers to know. Cignetti is the first head coach to win a national championship within his first 2 seasons at a school since Gene Chizik did in 2010 in his second season at Auburn. Cignetti's 27 wins in this 2 seasons in Bloomington are 2 more than any other coach in the first 2 years at school since the AP poll debuted in 1936. Kalen DeBoer won 25 games at Washington in 2022 and 23. Indiana before Cignetti, 1887 in 2023, 0.419 winning percentage, no 10-win season or national championships. Indiana comes in, Curt Cignetti comes into Indiana and has a 93% winning percentage, 2 10-win seasons and 1 national championship. So Curt Cignetti right now can arguably be the number one coach. I mean, he did it faster than Kirby. It took Kirby 6 years to do it with that talented roster at Georgia. Cignetti took a program at Indiana that was, I don't think they won 2 games before he got there. 2 10-win seasons and 2 seasons, national championship, conference championship. Cignetti deserves that number one. Number 2, Kirby Smart. I agree. You don't even have to give the resume build or read behind that. Ryan Day at number 3. I want to say this, and I want to say it with all respect. I just don't think Ryan Day is a number 3 coach. I think what Ryan Day has been able to do with assembling staffs around him, right, as of late, has highlighted his career, and that's kind of progressive. Man, yes, he got the national championship last year. We'll give him that. So he could be top 5, but I don't think he's number 3. Marcus Freeman at number 4 is interesting. I love it because I love Marcus Freeman, but I don't think he's number 4. I don't think he's won enough big games. You need to see more from Sig. What more do you need to see from him? We'll talk about it. Get on the phone lines for me, Walter, when we get ready to open the phone lines here in about 4 minutes. Dan Lanning at number 5. Now, this is where the list starts to piss me off. Dan Lanning at 5. We're going to talk about it a little bit more on the phone lines. Steve Sarkisian at 6. Lane Kiffin at 7. Mike Elko at 8 at A&M. Kyle Whittingham at Michigan at 9. I think that's respectable. But if you're going to have Sark and all these other guys on this list, how do you have Whittingham at 9? And then at 10, you have a tie. This is where the controversy comes in. Can we get a banner at the bottom? Preseason coaching rankings? Top 10. You have a tie between Mario Cristobal and Kalen DeBoer, which I think is crazy. Cristobal at Miami, I just don't understand that. I do understand you had a veteran roster the last 2 years. You had a 4th, 5th year quarterback. This year you had a 6, 7 year quarterback last year that kind of carried your team and helped you kind of get over the hump. We've yet to see you develop a roster. We've yet to see you really put a lot of talent in a recruiting class, right? So I don't get where Cristobal even comes into the top 10. And then for Kalen DeBoer, you got to think not just what he did at Bama, what he did at Washington. He leaves Washington after taking them to a national championship, right? Come to Bama after Coach Saban retires. You find yourself 1 game out of the SEC championship, and literally you missed the playoffs because of a technicality with the rankings, the final preseason polls, the automatic bids. Then you turn around the next year, you go to a conference championship, you lose to Georgia, right? But then you go into the playoffs, you're the first team in the college football playoff era to go on the road and win in this new era, and then you lose to the eventual national champ. So Kalen DeBoer to lose to the national champs, the last time he's been in the playoffs, to lose to the eventual national champ should definitely be somewhere in the top 5. Because I don't see Steve Sarkisian, Lane Kiffin, or Dan Lanning doing the same thing. I don't see them having to play 6 to 7 ranked opponents in the season. So we got a lot to debate with Kalen DeBoer being ranked so low. But I also think Mike Elko is way too high on this list, 35-16. That's not even a great record to say that he's done anything great at A&M. A&M was winning with I forget the other coach's name. I want to say it wasn't Pat Summit. Y'all give me a second. What's the black guy's name? I forget the black coach's name. They gave him a lot of hell and didn't give him a lot to work at. They were winning with him. They were winning with Jimbo. What has Mike Elko done so great to give him in the top 10?
Dino says he likes him at 10. I think he's more proven. See, I don't mind him being at 10, but look at who you got in front of him. Lane Kiffin. He's got the head-to-head over Kiffin. Sarkisian and Lanning. He has the head-to-head over them twice. So what are we talking about? Kevin Sumlin. Thank you for the assist there. My guy, got the comment? Can we get it on the screen? Terrell, appreciate you. And hey, Terrell, I didn't know you were a member. What's up for Terrell for being a member of the AAA family? Yes, Kevin Sumlin. Appreciate y'all for rolling it in. So Sumlin, I mean, he had a couple of winning seasons too. So how does Mike Elko get this boost, right? And get in the top 10 above Kalen DeBoer, Lane Kiffin. I mean, the resume is decent, but who have you really beaten? What games have you won, Lane? What games have you won? You don't even get to get the full credit for doing Georgia, right? You don't even get the full credit because your guy Pete Golden had to do that in the playoffs and really did it in the playoffs. Handled it decisively. Controlled that game. Good game, but I definitely think Ole Miss handled their business. Dan Lanning at 5 is crazy to me. Marcus Freeman at 4. I can live with those arguments. Ryan Day, Marcus Freeman in the top 5. I can live with those arguments in the current college football landscape. What coach in this top 10 do you think is not there that needs to be in the conversation? A lot of people is talking about Deion Sanders. I don't agree. I think Deion Sanders is a great mentor, a great piece, but as far as a head coach, can't say that he's done a good enough job at Colorado. Because even with all the talent, they still have yet to put something together. And all the media hype is dying out around it. Respect for Prime and his career, but as a coach, it's not something that excites me. What's up, Brick? Good to see everybody in the chat. So that's preseason coaching rate. Now let's talk about something right now. Before we get into the phone lines, there's some fan bases that should be optimistic in the SEC. I don't talk all of college football all the time, but I want to talk about the SEC, and then I'm gonna highlight another fan base that should be optimistic in college football. In the SEC, there's a few teams that we're talking about, and they just have no hope. You know, I talk about Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi State, but there's a few programs that a lot of people, the narrative around them because of how they ended last year and what they quote unquote lost in the portal. A lot of people feel like these programs are going to struggle, but I'm very optimistic about a few of these. One being the University of Tennessee. I really do believe they believe in their freshman quarterback and Brandon Faison. Brandon Faison, right? Brandon Faison. I think they believe in him. I think they're confident in being able to grow with I think his last name is McGuire, the guy that's the red shirt freshman. I think they're confident in growing with him. Cinnamon, appreciate the follow over there on TikTok. Make sure you go and follow us on our Coach Smook page on TikTok, and then subscribe to the YouTube channel too. Appreciate you. And tap the screen. Appreciate you. We talking college football tonight on the Coach Smook Network, live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Kick, Twitter, everywhere. We live everywhere. Give it up for yourselves and give it up for our new followers on TikTok. So I look at it and I say, Tennessee, man, they have a funny schedule. I'm gonna pull their schedule up with my prediction. I have them going 7-5. I do have them going 7-5, but it's a respectable 7-5 with like 6 games as a toss-up. Let me see. Can we get that up, Jordan? Thank you. Can you full screen it for me? All right. So you got Furman there opening up Georgia Tech. That's a toss-up game for me. With them being in Atlanta, I think that could be a great game. I think it's going to be like an early season, big matchup, classic type of energy. Blowing out Kennesaw State next. Texas. If they can host Texas and play Texas close with their young offense against that Texas defense, they're very impressive on Texas defense. I don't have them winning that one, but I think Tennessee, if they mess around and upset Texas at home, they can mess around and go from 7-5 to a 9-3, 10-2 type team. Because then they host Auburn at home. And we know early in the season, I expect a lot from Auburn, but do I expect them to just come in and dominate on the road against Tennessee in that environment? No, this is still the SEC, chat. This is still the SEC. Tennessee has a talented roster. They may not be a veteran roster, but it's a lot of talent.
And we know Josh Heupel's offense has yet to be really shut down in the SEC since his arrival in the SEC. Even after he lost Golish, a lot of people thought that him losing Alex Golish, that some things would fall off. Personnel wise, you saw a different type of quarterback come in and man lead the offense for the last 2 years, but still similar production. Still the vertical threat is still a thing. Josh Heupel is definitely a mastermind when it comes to the offensive game planning. And then after that, Arkansas, I think they can handle at Arkansas. I just don't see Arkansas fielding enough talent this year. But Arkansas, you look at what they're doing later on right now, the type of attention they gathering in their 28-29 class. I truly think Arkansas might end up being a 10-win team, 9-win team in the next 3 years. But they won't be Tennessee. Alabama, again, I just don't think they won't have enough figured out by the time we're humming at this point in the season. South Carolina, that's going to be a tough one on the road. That's a toss-up for me. Kentucky, I think they'll have enough to beat Kentucky. At Texas A&M, these are toss-ups right here for me. All three of these games, A&M, LSU, and Vanderbilt to finish the season are all toss-ups. We know the Vanderbilt game is a rivalry. You know LSU is going to have a talented roster, quote-unquote, based off the names. LSU late in the season might be fighting for a conversation to be in the playoff runnings. I got them going 8-4. So they need these wins. These are going to be crazy good games. And Tennessee gets to host these teams, these big names. Well, they get to host LSU. They got to be on the road against A&M and Vanderbilt. So Tennessee is one that I'm optimistic about. Another team that I'm optimistic about, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna do a quick infomercial break, then we're gonna go into the phone lines. Another team that I'm optimistic about, and I think because of how they fell off towards the end of last year, a lot of people are doubting them. But I do think Texas A&M and Mike Elko. I know I just gave him crap for being in the top 10 at number 8 above Kalen DeBoer. But I do think they have a schedule set up for them to have success. They have a chance to start off 3-0, being at College Station for 3 weeks. They got a veteran offense returning. I think they iron out some early kinks and be able to put together a good display. And then when they have to go to Baton Rouge early in the season, I don't think that's a late game early in the season for Texas A&M and LSU. I think it's one of those 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock games that drifts into the night. In Baton Rouge, that environment is going to be tough. That game is going to let me know what both teams are looking like. I got A&M winning that one. For real. Arkansas, like I said, everybody's picking at Arkansas this year. I got them a tight one at Missouri, losing at South Carolina. I got them in a tight one against Tennessee. I got them losing at Oklahoma and a toss-up. Well, I got a toss-up against Tennessee. I got them losing at Oklahoma that late in the season, and then a toss-up with Texas in the rivalry game. So a solid 8-4 season. I don't think that's disrespectful at all for A&M. I'm very optimistic, but I think they could flip a Texas win, Oklahoma on the road. If they could finish the season, they could find themselves at 10-2 once again. That's how close it is for Texas A&M for me. Faison Brandon. You got the coaching rankings on the graphic? Go ahead and put that up. So we got the coaching rankings, and we got some optimism for some teams. Texas A&M and Tennessee making my list real quick. Go ahead and load that coaching graphic. This is the top 10 coaching graphic right here. This is the top 10 here. Based off of ESPN, they did some coaching rankings, and we're gonna have it. Now, before we get into the phone lines, which fan base should be more excited about this top 10 list? Their coach is being mentioned. Which fan base should be more excited? I know Lane Kiffin got LSU on a high horse right now. Even how he's approaching the offseason. A lot of crazy noise from Lane Kiffin. Georgia, they've been very, very boastful the past, that's the better part of 5, 10, 6 years now. Ryan Day and Ohio State has always had pride. They demand respect. They deserve it, right? They haven't had many down years. They're respectable. This Oregon, Texas, LSU noise, though, right now, I'm not hearing it. Oregon, Texas, I'm not hearing it. Kyle Whittingham in Michigan, I respect everything that Whittingham has done. I think anywhere you put Whittingham, he's a top 10 coach anywhere right now in college football. But I'm thinking about guys like Colin Klein on this list.
I would even before Elko, I would even give the nod to Clark Lee for what he's done at Vanderbilt, and I would even give the nod to, per se, hell, Alex Golesh for what he did at USF over the past 3 years after leaving Tennessee, and now he's back in the SEC. Let's see what he does with Auburn. I don't understand the Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, Dan Lanning above Kalen DeBoer and Whittingham on this top 10 list. That's what I'm gonna leave it with. So when we come back from this infomercial break, chat, we're gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna get you on the phone lines 334-625-1121. Get your thoughts on the preseason coaching rankings, and then what team in the SEC do you feel like should be optimistic about their fall season outcome? If you're not a member of the AAA family, this is how you join. And then we also want to give a shout out to our sponsor for tonight's college segment, which is Walk On Sports Bistro. We appreciate them for supporting and sponsoring us here in Montgomery, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Walk On's locations. If you're ever in those locations, get in there, get you some food, and tell them Coach Smook sent you. You might get you a little something. You might get you a little something special. Hey, Jordan, take them and show them how to join the AAA family and become a member of our family, man.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
At Walk-On's Sports Bistro, the games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk-On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites, Walk-On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages. From melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online or in the app. Walk-On's Sports Bistro. Game on.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it
put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's go, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. 334-625-1121. That's the number you can call in and share your thoughts here on the Coach Smook Network. We got a lot to talk about, man. These college football preseason head coaching rankings, they got me a little tender. Got me a little tender tonight, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna put some respect on Kalen DeBoer name. My guy, big homie over there lighting up the TikTok chat. He said Lanning overrated, Kevin Sumlin, and then Josh Heupel is a top 10 coach. I agree. Josh Heupel is definitely top 10. We got a first caller.
Zach Willie.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game, Coach Smook? Talk to me, man.
Coach Smook and my AAA family. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
We got you in the game, hopefully. Can y'all hear Zach? Say something again, Zach.
Roll Tide, everybody. How are y'all doing this evening?
We got you now. Give it up for Zach. Man, talk to me, Zach. This preseason coaching rank has got me kind of a little tender, man. Got me a little tender. What you got to say about it? I as we put it back up on the screen, they got Kalen DeBoer at 10, right? I think I'm not too twisted about all of them. I think all of these coaches, in a sense, are respectfully are in decent positions. I just think ESPN went overboard with Lanning, Sarkisian, Kiffin, and Elko in front of Whittingham and DeBoer. Right? I could get Freeman.
Right.
I could get Freeman in front of them. But right after Freeman and Brian Dade, I think DeBoer has a strong argument. Both he and Whittingham. And then maybe you can consider a Cristobal and Lane Kiffin right after that. But Sarkisian and Lanning, we got to stop with this overhyping these guys. Talk to me, Zach. What you think about the top 10 list?
Yeah, and I can see it. Coach DeBoer being, at 10. But then again, what irks me is Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, and Dan Lanning over him when Lanning and Sarkisian, he has won every matchup that he has had against them. Number one. Number two, it don't make sense, because the last 3 years Texas is supposed to have the best roster they ever had, and what have they done with it? Nothing.
Not a scoop. They ain't did nothing. They ain't did not a scoop, Zach. And it's sad because the media keeps hyping them up every offseason. And you know what? I don't even think it's necessarily the Texas fan base anymore. It's a lot of the media propaganda that I see. But go ahead, Zach.
Right. I mean, yeah, they've had 10+ win seasons the last 3 years, but having 10+ win seasons doesn't mean anything if you don't win a SEC championship, a national championship.
Thanks.
And I can even throw this in there with Kirby Smart winning a playoff game in the last 3 or 4 years.
Come on, man.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just all these coaches are getting hyped that they necessarily don't deserve. The only one that I mentioned that I complained about is Kirby Smart, but Kirby Smart has won 2 national championships and has won 3 of the last 4 SEC championships. So, I mean, he has a little more weight behind his name to give him the hype that he has.
And Zach,
but
if I can interject, I think the amount of time that Kirby has been doing it, the span that he's been doing it, is respectable too. He's transitioned through the pre-NIL and portal era and still been able to maintain Georgia. And this is coming from somebody that truly dislikes the Georgia fan base for the most part. Let me refresh. I gotta refresh my camera here in a second. But somebody that truly dislikes the Georgia fan base for the most part, and really can't stand
the type of energy that they bring behind, acting like Alabama fans ain't seen this type of success that they're experiencing right now.
Right. And Alabama did it for longer, if you want my opinion.
Zach, we did it first. We did it first. Every time I talk to a Georgia fan, they
we
talk
done
about
it
back to
first
back and all
longer.
that. Exactly. Come on, man.
We did it first and longer. I mean, we've had two of the greatest head coaches to ever live and grace college football. What program in the history of all college football, what program could say that they've had two great head coaches?
Come on, man.
I mean, Bear Bryant and Nick Saban are they're up there. But Saban's age played a part in NIL, along with a lot of other contributing factors that I'm not going to get into tonight. But, still, these coaches are, everybody's hyping them up, but they're not living the expectations. I mean, I can't even really put Steve Sarkisian or Lane Kiffin in the top 10 because, outside of 10-plus win seasons, they have no other pedigree. You get what I'm trying to say.
Pedigree.
Behind pedigree behind their name. At least Kalen DeBoer has a conference championship and a national championship appearance under his name.
Come on, Zach.
Yes, it was in the Pac-12. We get all of that, but still, at least he accomplished it. And he was competitive in that game and up until the fourth quarter when Michigan's defense just was able to wear their offensive line down and use their talent and impose their will more, and outside of that, outside of a few plays, there were still plays that Washington made that got called back in that game that could have turned that whole game on its axis, and went a completely different direction,
Facts.
So if Coach DeBoer won that game against Michigan, what would we be talking about now?
You know what, Zach? It's crazy because you think that would be a contributing factor that Kalen DeBoer actually went up against both of these coaches with a roster that quote unquote had lesser talent and beat both of these coaches in both of those instances. He's also had a better winning percentage against more talent. You look at the schedule, strength of schedule rankings that Kalen DeBoer has endured since becoming a head coach at the Power 5 level. His schedule, his strength of schedule has not been ranked outside the top 15 since becoming a head coach at the Power 5 level. We're talking about since being a head coach at Washington. His first season at Washington, when they won 10 games, it was a top 15 schedule, strength of schedule, right? And then you go to the next year when they went to the national championship, conference championship, national championship appearance, losing to eventual national champ, number 9 schedule. Then you come to Alabama your first year, you're number 7. Then last year you had the number 4 ranked, I think it was the number 3 or number 4 ranked hardest schedule. At one point, one point in the season, when we played teams, we played 7 different ranked teams when we met them in the season. Nobody else in college football had to endure that. So for Kalen DeBoer to have a winning percentage in that, we're talking about 88, 89%, almost a 90% winning clip. At that's got to be respected. I don't see Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian. Sarkisian came into the SEC and did what? With that super talented roster during the transition year. Came in and got blew out by Georgia. And you got all the talent. You got all the money behind you. Sark ain't all that he's built up to be. Dan Lanning sure as hell ain't. Lane Kiffin is going to get exposed even more as a head coach. I think
I think Lane Kiffin gets a lot of credit for being a great offensive mind, but as far as a head coach, he can't be on this top 10 list anymore. Let's get past all of this. Hey, Zach, final thoughts. Open the phone lines, man. We got the chat blowing up on all platforms tonight. Listen, chat, I see you on TikTok. If you're on TikTok right now on the new Coach Smook Network page, you either need to go to my Coach Smook channel, my Coach Smook page, or you need to go to the YouTube channel so that you can see us live, see the comments, hear the voices on the phone call. The phone line is open. 334-625-1121. 334-625-1121. We're going to end this mobile live on this phone. So if you're looking at the green screen behind me and you see green screen, you're not in the main live. Come to the TikTok page at Coach Smook or come over on YouTube at Coach Smook Network on YouTube. And we're live right now. We'd love to hear you tap in or see you tap into the chat. And we got our cup tonight. So make sure y'all get your cup. It's nothing but Coca-Cola in here tonight. That's it. So, yeah, y'all tap in. Zach, final thoughts, man.
My final thoughts is this. Alabama's going to have a great season, and Keelan Russell will be your Heisman winner. Roll Tide.
Oh, boy. Zach done pulled a hot take on us. Keelan Russell, first-year starter, Heisman winner. I mean, did Bryce Young do it as a freshman? I mean, first-year starter, he wasn't a freshman. He was a first-year starter. Hey, it ain't unheard of. It wouldn't be crazy. We got another call on the line. I think I know who this is.
Call from
Jason, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Yo, Jason, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook? Talk to me, brother.
What up, bro?
Man, listen, it's Friday. You know, we got the vibes. We talking preseason coaching rankings, all this other stuff, man. What's up with ESPN? Talk to me, Jason. You seen the rankings. I know you already probably got a little clip already out there.
Bro, I've been saying it too. I was going to talk about it on my show tomorrow night. Maybe I'll have you come on then. But I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a couple of years. Dan Lanning, Sark, and even Lane Kiffin. I mean, why are we giving them all this, all this elite coaching status bullshit when they haven't won anything?
Nothing, Jason. Like, at least the guys, at least Ryan Day, Kurt, Kirby, at least they've won it. Now, Marcus, I get it. He's been right there on the edge, but Oregon, Texas, Lane, they haven't been right there on the cusp of making it. This past
what
season.
You've seen from Marcus has changed the way that they do things at Notre Dame in a big way. Like, you're not hearing him complaining and saying the same dumb crap that Brian Kelly was saying about shopping in a different aisle and crap like that, making excuses. He goes out there and balls out, and they've built a team. But, I mean, that's why I give Marcus props. And, I mean, at some point, he's going to have to win one, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's going to keep on getting love. But with Dan Lanning gets his ass drugged every time they play somebody good. And not just beat, drugged. They got beat by Indiana by more than Bama did last year in the playoff.
Man. And what about
You know
Cristobal?
what I'm saying?
What
are we
about
talking
Cristobal?
about?
What about Cristobal in Miami? How is this a conversation? I like what Miami did last year. But
they're legit.
I don't think it's
legit.
I don't think it's because of Cristobal developing guys. They've been the benefit.
Oh yeah.
I think they've been the
game management problems. Yeah.
So they benefit from just Miami being a destination that's attractive in this era. I don't think he's a great play caller. I don't think he managed the game well. Like, talent really saved Miami for as far as they've gone the past 2 years. Talent has really saved them. And a big part of that talent was having quarterbacks that should have already been in their second or third year of their NFL career.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I give them props for going toe to toe, but I mean, and I did my show on them last night. I think they're legit. I think that Darian Mensah is an upgrade to Carson Beck. And I think that they've got one of the best receivers in the country in Malachi Toney. I mean, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And then their defense, if it doesn't have a big drop off from Ruben Bain and Nakeem Messidor being gone, then they're going to be. I mean, because the ACC isn't very good.
And you know what? I mean? That's another thing, Jason. I don't think Cristobal sees enough of these other coaches throughout the season to say that he is legit.
Now, Miami, Notre Dame last year, what was the conversation? What was the conversation after that game between Freeman and Cristobal? Was it a coaching thing, or was we looking at a Notre Dame team just beat themselves?
Yeah, I mean, if you could say that. I mean, they needed to get it done, and it was the first start for your quarterback.
Come on now.
You know, he's a redshirt freshman.
Come on now.
You know, I mean, they lose on the road. You know, it's a road game. I mean, at the end of the day, and they, you know what, I don't know, it felt like they kind of got away. They got away from Jeremiah Love a little too much.
Yeah, and think about it. He's back again. This Notre Dame team. Just look at the way that.
Well, Jeremiah's not back, but they're still loaded at tailback. I mean, they got Aeneas Williams Jr. there, and I mean, Aeneas Williams, he's a bad dude.
They had five dudes. They had 5 dudes in that running back room that could have legit.
Yes, they do.
Just could have carried. Maybe not as explosive as Jeremiah, but you could have did a lot in that running attack like you were doing when you were having momentum. Jason, I want to get some. I want to get some your thoughts on something. What about guys like Brett Venables? You're Oklahoma guy. When I think about top 10 coaches that have gone from being coordinators, right, and have been at least a head coach for at least 3 years now, they got a good body of work to evaluate. You look at the level of competition that Oklahoma has had to face right there. I think they're number 11 during Brett Venables' tenure as far as average strength of schedule. They're number 11, so a top 15. I think he deserves his respect. If you're going to put Mike Elko at Texas A&M on this list, you don't think?
Listen, I think that Brent, I don't mind him not necessarily being in the top 10 right now. I mean, I think that he gets disrespect from a lot of places, right? Because of the fact that the offense hasn't been up to par. You know what I mean? And I think that, but his defense is, I mean, look, it's going to be the best defense in the country. I believe that, and I see it. But that being said, if we're talking, I mean, look, I think that it's okay that I just don't understand why you could sleep on guys like him, but he's been similar. I mean, you know, they missed out on that conference championship game that Texas was in because the Big 12 screwed them against Oklahoma State. I mean, it's right there on film. It's right there on film where they beat Texas that year.
Come on, man.
So they could have won. They could have won that last conference championship too.
And let's not mention the roster that he did that with. That wasn't his roster of guys that he recruited. This is what I'm saying. Like the body of work should be considered. When I think about when I think about Kalen DeBoer's transition, right? You leave Washington. You go to Alabama, your roster goes from being a number 2 ranked roster to a number 15, and you are 1 game out of the playoffs / conference championship. You did similar a few years earlier with Brett Venables, find yourself, 2 games, 3 games out of the SEC. Like you're looking at, but you look at Sark, he's 1 legit year since joining the SEC. And that was in a down year with the SEC.
Think about it too. Sark, this year is the first year that they're playing a real schedule.
Come on, man.
They've been playing the bottom half of the SEC
since their emergence.
Georgia and Oklahoma. Georgia, Oklahoma, A&M have been their best 3 that have been on their schedule for the last 2 seasons.
And look at the timing that they catch those teams, though. Look at the timing that they hit. And it may not be strategic on their end, but it does. I do find it funny that some of these coaches find the strategic time to catch these powerhouse teams coming off of big rivalry games.
This way, Oklahoma played Murderers Row for 2 years.
Come on, man. Come on. Just like people don't.
And shit, it ain't easier this year, really. OU's got to play Georgia on the road. They got Florida on the road.
Yeah.
They got Mizzou on the road. I mean, bro, they got Michigan on the road.
They got tough, and that's what I was saying, man. People thought
they still got to play Ole Miss. I mean, what are we talking about?
Jason, and
plus Texas and Texas A&M.
I told you I wasn't picking when I said this about y'all prediction, man. That is a rough schedule. Michigan at Michigan, week 2. If you don't win that one, that's tough to bounce back from. Even though you do have New Mexico State coming back in.
I told you the other day that I believe that if they don't go 2-1 in that opening 3 tough games that they got, right, that it's going to be tough for them to make. If they go 1-2, it's going to be really hard for them to not lose another game down the stretch. And you're going to have to. Now, do you get in at 9-3? I don't know. I mean, everybody's saying that they think you're going to get some 9-3 teams in, and with that schedule, maybe you do. But I'll tell you this much: you can't expect it because they get disrespected anyway.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, it's tough for them to do. It's all about whether or not that offense is going to run the ball. I think they're going to run the ball. They've added pieces that they needed to run the ball with. But at the end of the day, Mateer has to prove that he doesn't have to freelance and run when you don't need to and be Mr. Superman. If he doesn't do that, then they're not going to do it. But just going on what you said, listen, I love Brent Venables. I think that there's some things that I want to see him do better, But I think that they're making the steps to do that. And the culture in the program is I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that they've done a great job, rebuilding the culture there into tough-nosed, hard-nosed football. They just got to get it figured out on the offensive side, and that's where you have questions. I don't necessarily mind that he's not top 10, Smook, but I think it's ridiculous that you've got Dan Lanning and Sark and all these guys that aren't playing the same kind of schedule. And Sark whines about having to play one now that Texas Tech is going to get in easy, and he's whining because of the schedule they have now. But it's Texas, bro. That's what they do.
That's what they do. Jason, final 10 seconds, final thought, man. Then we got to get the phone lines open back up.
No, yeah, man. I just wanted to call in, man. I think it's a great subject to talk about. I'll have you, if you want to come on tomorrow night, man, you're welcome to it, man. I'll probably talk about the same stuff.
You gonna do the late night vibes again, like we used to?
Yeah.
I should be able to do late night. I gotta go. I'll be out of town tomorrow during the day. I gotta go do some rehearsals and stuff for this weekend. Cool. But I'll definitely come on the late night vibes. We'll do that, man. We'll do that.
Okay, brother. Good show, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. Say it one time before you get off the line, man.
Hey, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for my brother Jason, man, representing Oklahoma. Yeah, man. So Josh Heupel, Brent Venables, those are two coaches that I think if you're gonna have a Mike Elko, and it's not even with Kiffin at that point and the other ones, if you're gonna have a Mike Elko and a doggone, can we get that banner off real quick, Mary J? I'm sorry. If you're gonna have a Mike Elko and a Mario Cristobal and even a Dan Lanning, like why is Dan Lanning up there? Have they won the Big Ten? Have they been in the Big Ten championship game since getting into that conference? They try to give Kalen DeBoer hell for not being able to make it for making it in the Pac-12, but since he's been in the SEC, he has his conference championship appearance, conference championship game appearance. Same thing with the playoff appearance. Oregon has been to the playoff twice. They haven't even earned it, man. They've had the benefit of losing to the best team in their conference, two of the best teams in their conference, and getting in off a 10-2 record. That is not, to me, that is the beneficiary. If you can't beat the top guys in your conference, how are you considered a top 10 guy? You're not winning the big games. Facts, Miss Pat. The hate for the Crimson Tide is truly real. It's truly real. There's no other way around it. There's no way you can. They won their conference championship game in 2024. Oh, Oregon did. Oregon beat Ohio State for the conference championship that year. You right? You might be right. I think Oregon did beat Ohio State the year Ohio State won. Oh wait. What's the phone line number? 334-625-1121. Again, 334-625-1121. We got the phone lines open. I was trying to see if we had our Fairweather fan calling in tonight, but he's been hiding ever since we called him out. Oregon had the benefit of Will Howard sliding with 0 seconds on the clock. Oh yeah, that was that year. That was that year, Ohio State in that conference championship game. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Was it the conference championship game or was it the regular season game? I can't remember. I know they got one up on Ohio State too. But Ohio State, I've been talking about Ohio State for the past couple weeks, man. I love their roster. It's hard to look at Ohio State roster and not expect them to go 12-0. You know, they got Texas. I think being on the road at Texas might be their only tough game and they only loss. 334-625-1121. Can we get the numbers? It should be. You can't see it. It should be scrolling right across at the top. You should be able to see it right at the top. But yeah, y'all, this is the part of the off season where it start getting real. People start seeing things for what it is, and you know, like I said, I'm becoming a lot more optimistic for a lot of these teams and their schedules coming up this season. So we're going to try to leave the phone lines open for at least two more calls. 334-625-1121. Here we go. I think this is Walter right here. Let's see if this.
Call from
Walter. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Okay. Yo, Walter, you're in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man.
What's up, Coach?
Man, look, man, chilling, man. Good to hear you on the line. This your first time calling? I feel like you called before.
No. Yeah, no. I done called like 3 or 4 times. I just haven't called since the season.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Welcome in, brother. What's your thoughts on this preseason coaching rankings, man? I think a few coaches that got slided on this one. Not just Kalen DeBoer, but a few coaches got slided. Talk to me, man.
Yeah. I don't get the obsession with Lanning. Well, with the Saban disciples, the Saban Golden Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, let's be real about it. Lane Kiffin. I mean, to me, you remember how Mark Richt used to lose games, big games, and how Clemson used to lose big games. That's why I look at when I see Lane Kiffin. Like Lane Kiffin, he'll beat a Georgia. You know, he'll get up for that, but then will mess around and come back and lose to like a Kentucky or lose to an LSU. You know, well, now that he's at LSU, I'm talking about his time at Ole Miss. And then you got Lanning. What the hell has Lanning won? Lanning hadn't won anything. I don't even think he has a play. Well, he has one playoff win, and that was against
was it Boise or somebody?
Group of five. Group of five.
Yeah.
So I don't count that. So, like, again, how do you have all this NIL money? You got access to the best talent because right now it's a bidding war anyway, and you can't get a playoff win. And I'm sorry, 3 years, I mean, is 3 years an eternity? Is 3 seasons an eternity?
I mean, I don't know, bro. So right now, Dan Lanning has 2 CFP wins. It looks like the first one was 2024-25, right? That was in the Orange Bowl. And then you had the 25-26 season last year. So, I mean, but,
wait. Didn't they have a bye the year before
they had
when they played Ohio State?
I thought they did. Somebody find it for me.
I don't think he got a win. I don't think he got one to win.
He got one. He got one for sure. I forget who they beat. It was that group of 5, group of 4 team.
It was a group of, or was it JMU? I think it was JMU they beat. But nevertheless,
yeah.
I mean, Dan Lanning is overrated. And then I'm looking at where they got Kalen DeBoer ranked. The man was just in the national championship game, 3 seasons ago?
Come on, man.
With the least talented team in the darn thing?
Come on, man.
They got to stop this, man. They got to stop this.
You know what? You know what's sad about it, man? The guys that they're hyping up, like you said, I mean, even on the recruiting landscape, Dan Lanning, to me, is not doing what he should be doing to be considered a top 10 coach. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he's not even out recruiting Ohio State. And from what I can tell, they got more NIL money.
Hey,
so,
and they got Nike. Literally, Nike is their primary push. And I talked to a few players on that Oregon roster, Peyton Woodyard, Zaire Addison,
And it's not like Oregon don't have the culture. They don't have the attractiveness. It's because you have a coach that can't manage games. He can't scheme up anything past a first half offense, and he can't put up a 4-quarter. He can't assemble a 4-quarter defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's talk a little bit before we get off the phone line. Let's talk a little bit about this Lane Kiffin hype, man. As an SEC fan, I think it's disrespectful to give Lane Kiffin the type of hype that he's getting after seeing what he did at Ole Miss. I get it, but Ole Miss was put together over a 3-4 year span. I want to say this LSU portal moves that he made, I don't think they're the best portal moves. This ain't a bunch of hungry guys. This a bunch of guys you went out. They thought they were worth way more than what they were, and you gave them that amount of money. You're going to have a lot of culture issues in that locker room with all the media attention. I don't think Lane Kiffin built for this, and we might see USC Lane Kiffin return. What you think about this Lane Kiffin hype?
Man, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think they're going to be a little underwhelmed. Well, I think LSU fans are expecting like big things, particularly this year. One of my best friends is an LSU fan, and he talking noise. And so he was like, he's gonna get them one. All of them get them, get one. And I'm telling him, man, I don't know, man. Lane known for wetting the bed, dog. He gonna win you some games, but and then at the same time, I'm looking at his resume at Ole Miss. I think it was Jason that just called. He talked about the schedules. But I don't think anybody looking at Ole Miss schedule the last couple of years, because that schedule wasn't exactly hard. I mean, they had Georgia and LSU, of course, but who else? I mean, who else did they beat?
I mean, and you know what? I will say this. Kiffin had a staff, man. Weiss, Golden, the assistants on that staff. Kiffin had a staff this last year at Ole Miss. For him to mess that up, to me, man, it lets you know that he doesn't have the program's best interests at hand, right? He's all about himself.
Yeah.
And when it comes to winning games, he doesn't win big games, y'all. Like, I don't get it.
Nope.
So what value does he bring, and what validates him as a top 10 coach? That's all I'm saying. Maybe if he comes out and gets 10 wins at LSU this season, he shuts my mouth, and I could change the whole narrative. And now you've got that 10 wins. You're in the playoffs again. A 10-win LSU, a 10-win SEC team. Only way you don't get it in as a 10-win SEC team is if you lose to 7 other 10-win SEC teams in front of you. That's the only way you don't get in. So if you win 10 games in the SEC, you're getting into the playoffs. How you move in the playoffs this year really going to tell me what you really do as a head coach, because you got a lot of negativity coming into the season riding on your plate, Kiffin. Final thoughts as we get ready to close open the phone line for one more phone call, man. Walter, I appreciate you for calling in. We got Walter coming energy tonight, man. Y'all keep up with my boy, man. Final thoughts, Walter.
Last thought, we hadn't talked about the Ryan Day situation.
Ooh.
Ryan Day, to me, is a trust fund, baby. And that's another one that's underperforming with the talent that he has. And so he only got one national championship after what Urban Meyer left him and what he got at his disposal. There's no way this man should be number 3 on that list. No way. Ohio State was just talking about firing the man last year, the year before, when they won the national championship, because he kept losing to Michigan. And then he had an underwhelming season last year. So at what point are we going to talk about Ryan Day underperforming? Because, as you spoke to the point about Lane Kiffin with his assistants, Ryan Day has some great assistants. And something else that we need to pay attention to. Heartline is gone.
Yeah.
Heartline is gone. Pay attention to the development of those receivers. That's going to be big in that passing game. So we're going to find out what Julian Sand got. And I know Jeremiah Smith, he a dog. No matter who his coach is.
Yeah.
That's never a question.
But Hartline was a big deal with as it relates to that passing game.
Where is Hartline now? Is he at UFC? What school he at?
No, he's at South Florida. He replaced Gold.
Okay, yeah. So
and they're recruiting well.
Ooh, and you know Hartline has the keys to the South Panhandle in Florida. All that speed and all that quarterback talent in South Florida. Hartline has the keys to it. You know what? Actually, let's be honest. If you all know college football and follow recruiting, Coach Saban back in 2013, 2014 was after Hartline. Before we went and got Holman Wiggins or whoever we had right before Wiggins, I want to say right before Wiggins, Coach Saban was he was dead beat on getting Hartline at University of Alabama. So that tells you the quality of coaching and development that he brings to the table. But now we've seen him as a play caller at Ohio State. And if y'all don't think he had a lot to do with Julian Saint's, not the wide receivers, just the wide receivers, but Julian Saint's success, you're completely
any quarterback.
Ooh, hey, Ohio State. I've become a little bit more optimistic now because y'all lost Hartline. That's a huge loss. But Walter, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Can you give me can you say it for me one time, man? I need to hear it one time, brother.
And put me in the game, Coach Smook.
For sure, man. Appreciate you, man. Roll Tide. Give it up for my boy Walter, man. Yes, sir, man. One more time for the callers, man. We need one more caller. If you want to call in, you get to be the finale of the calling segment. Call in 334-625-1121. We're going to do a quick infomercial break. And then when we come back, we will be on our last caller on the Coach Smook live calling show for the night. Hey, one more time, if you have not become a member of the AAA family, this is how you do so. Check it out.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips? The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yes, sir. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. All right, y'all. Final call on the line, man. We already got somebody on it. It's hot and ready. Now, this is a little different. We haven't heard this in a while. We got a little interaction. I used to love these interactions, y'all. I used to love these interactions. And I'm telling you right now, he's been missing out. He's been missing for a second. He had to go into hiding, y'all know, for obvious reasons. We're not going to mention that tonight. We're talking some good football. And it's crazy that he finally called in because the statements that were made were on his team. We're talking about our favorite Ohio State caller, Kalen, the Diesel Freak, is in the game with Coach Smook. Y'all give it up for him in the chat, y'all. Yo, Kalen, what's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook? Talk to me, man.
I mean, I'm chilling on a Friday night. What do you expect?
What do you expect, man? We expect you to come in here and defend your buck nuts tonight, man. Listen, the statement was made, Kaden. The statement was made. And before I even continue, I want to say the top 10 coach rankings, I don't have a problem with Ryan Day being at number 3. I really don't. I think for the time that he's been at Ohio State, the 82-12 record overall since, well, not since Ohio State. Since he's been at Ohio State, 82-12. I think that's more than respectable for the schedule that they play. He's handled majority of that weak schedule that they've had for most years. But for the past 2 years, the past 2 seasons, I think they've had some quality schedules and they've handled their business. Last year, they didn't return and repeat, but they were definitely competitive. They had some moving pieces happening. And then this offseason, they lose a key piece of that staff. They keep the coordinator, I forget his name, coming from the NFL. He bringing in the
Arthur Smith.
No, the defensive coordinator. They had a defensive coordinator last year. Mike Patricia. Listen, you got him. Matt Patricia. I keep saying Mike. Matt. You look at him and you bring what he brings to the defensive side. Awesome. Offensively, you lose Brian Hartline and you bring in Art Smith from Pittsburgh. And if y'all notice, these offensive coordinators from the NFL level, they come to the collegiate level and they usually make an early impact. It takes these coordinators a couple of weeks, but there's a lot of former defensive coordinators that were former NFL guys that are at the defensive calling ranks now in that conference. So, Kaden, with losing Brian Hartline and you know the amount of talent on that roster, what type of energy is your feels? What are your feels behind this Ohio State schedule and roster this year? And I'm gonna pull up the Ohio State schedule, but give me your thoughts, man. With losing Brian Hartline and everything, what do you think this season gonna look like for Ohio State?
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on, Smook. It's been a minute. Quite frankly, losing Brian Hartline, yeah, it was a shell shocker. You know, but with Arthur Smith, I'm looking at the positives. Our offense scheme and our offensive weapons are getting a lot better with him since we've gotten Chris Henry Jr. Committed, and he's already at Ohio State in pads, working out with the guys. So, and that aerial saw offense and being able to get Julian Sayin, getting him comfortable with getting out of the pocket, making those impact plays that we need on third downs and even fourth downs, getting that offense more comfortable. That's the one thing that Arthur Smith brings that I'm glad that he's here to Columbus, and that our offense is going to be a lot more deadly this season. Not just in the running game, not just in the passing game where we're going to run pass options, the play action passes. So that's really going to help.
All right, so I'm looking at the schedule now. You starting off, and I'm gonna go through it real quick. You got Ball State week 1, week 2. You got Texas in Austin. You got Kent State at home the following week. You host Illinois. You go to Iowa. Then you host Maryland. You go to Bloomington in Indiana, which is they're expected to field a solid team once again. With Kursignetti, I think he's legit. USC, you got to go to Los Angeles. This one is going to be a big game. I think on Halloween, there's going to be a premier game,
And you know what's cool? Alabama fans, we don't have a Halloween game this year. We got a bye week, so we get to pay attention to some other folks on Halloween while we out in our costumes and stuff having fun. Oregon, the following week, you get to host Oregon. I hope y'all beat the brakes off Oregon. Northwestern, it's going to be a funny one, 60+. Nebraska in Lincoln. Can Nebraska slow it down against Ohio State and upset them? That's usually what they try to do this late in the season. And then, of course, Michigan, Ryan Day finally breaking that course. I want to say breaking that curse last year was the first time in about 4 years that Ohio State had beat Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct, Kalen?
That is correct.
Okay. Talk to me, man. What you think? What's the record prediction for Ohio State?
I mean, I'm going to say, honestly, 11-1.
Okay. Who's the loss coming to?
If it would be either Indiana, it'd be Indiana. But if our offensive defense can work as well as I think they should, and what I'm looking at so far and what I'm hearing, it could be 12-0. If this defense can start playing a little heavier and they can start putting more pressure.
Listen.
And if this offense can start really get going early. Now, I'm not saying to be stupid. I'm just saying it out of honest opinion, not being biased.
I get you. I think Ohio State has the most talented roster in the country. And that's no trolling. That's like me being a football fan. I respect Ohio State. I like Ohio State when Alabama's not playing Ohio State. I think we've had this conversation. I think I more so have a disrespect or a dislike for the delusional fans of most of these big name schools. So when I look at Ohio State's schedule, Texas is your first test. I think Julian Sayin is going to be pressured in that game. I think your new offensive coordinator is going to be tested on how he calls his play calling is at the collegiate level. How much leeway or leash is Ryan Day going to give his new first-year coordinator who has extensive experience at the NFL level? What does he do? It's week 2 against a team like Texas and Archie Manning in Austin, Texas. Now, that's the first one that's a toss-up for me. But I also have y'all at a tough one against USC going to California. I do think USC has a talented roster. Can your boy out there get it together and do some things? Lincoln Riley with USC, they got the talent, so to, quote unquote, this year. I do think y'all got the edge over Oregon, but that's always a toss-up coming off a matchup against USC. That's going to be one to rebound from if USC play tough. And then at the end of the season, I do think Michigan going against Oklahoma in week 2 is going to prime them to really show us their identity. And I do think they have a lot. So I think you guys have a tough 10-2, 11-1, maybe an upset 9-3 type season, but a 9-3 Ohio State gets in the playoffs. Final thoughts, Caden, on this Ohio State season of college football. Ryan Day being ranked at number 3 in the top coaches in college football. Final thoughts on everything, man, as we get ready to close out the segment, the phone call. You've been a great caller too, man.
Listen, Coach Smook, I'm just going to let the boys do the work, kick some ass, and get the job done. Execute every play, execute every call, and if they can get it done, they can get it done. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not worried. Now, I do got to mention something, Coach Smook. Let's not forget something that you know, that even I know myself. Guess who's on the schedule next year for Ohio State? It's you, boy, next. And y'all come up here. So I wouldn't really talk bad behind my back because, let's be honest, y'all's ass is next on the list to get some payback.
Hey, Caden.
So I hope you know that. I hope you know that.
I need you to understand. Next year, see, if you would have said that to me this year, you might have got a little quiver out of my bottom lip. But you know what? Next year, Mr. Presidential himself will be in his second year of starting. You're going to have a group of wide receivers that's going – literally what Ohio State was able to do last season in 2025, that's what Alabama's going to be like. That offense is going to be so potent. That'll be your second year. Line up with your offensive line, Your young defensive backs will be seniors, juniors across that defensive backfield. It's going to be a tough going against Alabama in 2027. I'm just letting you know, we got maybe two or three 2026 freshmen that will be primed and ready for 27. I don't think Ohio State, recruiting-wise, is that deep. Bo Jackson will be a very large piece of what Ohio State is in the near future after y'all lose Sayin and Smith this year. But I'm telling you right now, Alabama the next few years, don't nobody want to see them. Kaden, I appreciate you for calling in. I appreciate you for calling in. Enjoy your night, Kaden. Y'all give it up for Kaden. Boo that man tonight. Boo that man, Jordan. We got Ohio State love, showing love. Give it up for the callers on the chat tonight, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in on the show. Appreciate everybody that call in, all the likes, all the taps, all the shares, the shares on the screen. We got one more thing that we want to highlight before we get out of here. Hopefully, I did save the graphic. Let me put this in my Discord. And I want to give a shout out to another coach member of the AAA family here on the Coach Smook Network. Hold on, let me see. And this is one of our personal youngins right here. We got a few of our players, man. We got a few of our players that was able to make the student athletes of the week list. And two of them that are personally connected with the Coach Smook Network. I want to talk about this. Well, bring them up, give them their acknowledgement. Shout out to Zay Hall, Terrence Green, who's somebody that I have yet to be able to interact with on a personal level. But Zay Hall and Steve Mduma made the student athlete of the week list. And we want to give them their flowers, man. It's more than football. It's bigger than ball here on the Coach Smook Network. But shout out to him, man. Y'all, Zay look like he been in college for 4 years already, y'all. That's him down on the bottom right, off to the far right. That boy, I think Zay is 6'3", about 235, 240 right now. Zay Griffin is about 225. Right, both of these guys are going to be in the inside linebacker room, hopefully in the future of this inside linebacker rotation. But shout out to these guys, student athletes of the week, doing their academics in their academic stuff. And y'all got to understand, this is the summer. This is why you see a lot of guys entering and rolling early, right? And they're able to finish school in 2.5, almost 3 years early and get dedicated a full year dedicated to their development to get ready for the league. I love how this is transitioning for a career progression for collegiate athletes. So shout out to Zay Hall. Give it up for Zay Hall, Steven Mbuma, and Terrence Green. Appreciate y'all for supporting those guys, man. And final thoughts, man. Like I said, we'll be back Monday. For some active action. Live morning call-in show. Don't know what the topic is going to be. We got a few more topics and things to talk about for Alabama's roster. But Monday night, we'll do another conference show. Next Wednesday, we plan to be live with Jason, live on his night show. And then, or next Thursday, I believe. Next Thursday, we'll be live. But then also check us out tomorrow. We might be live on this channel. We might be live on TikTok. Doesn't matter. We'll be live somewhere late night tomorrow night. So if y'all want to get y'all college football fix, y'all late night college football fix, have some conversation, tap in with your boy Coach Smook here on the Coach Smook Network. Now, before we get out of here, I want to thank y'all for supporting. Check this out, man. We want to close out just like this.
All right, family. That's going to do it for today's show here on the Coach Smook Network. Once again, I'm your host, Coach Smook, your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality. And I truly appreciate every one of you for rocking with us today. Before you head out, make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who needs to be a part of this conversation. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you stay locked in with everything we've got coming your way. We're trying to reach some goals here. And if you believe in what we're building here, I encourage you to take that next step and become a member of the AAA family. Remember, our mantra is authenticity above all. This community is built on real conversations and real insight and real information surrounding sports entertainment. Your membership directly supports the growth of the Coach Smook Network, and every hard-earned dollar contributed is not only appreciated, it's paid for through our monthly contributions to community health and awareness organizations. So you're not just supporting a YouTube channel, you're supporting a cause. Also, Don't forget to check out the Coach Smook merch. We've got hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. It's a great way to show love and support for the network and rep the brand wherever you go. You can find the merch link in our main YouTube page and in the description. Put me in the game, coach. And if you want to stay connected and get more involved with the community, be sure to join the Discord. Just type the command in the live chat or head over to our main YouTube page and click the Linktree link in the description. You can also stay connected with us directly for collaborations, appearances, community service opportunities, and business inquiries by emailing us at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com. Our staff will respond in a timely manner. And for those who want to show additional love, you can always donate directly to the Coach Smook Network through Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Every bit of support helps us continue to grow and elevate this platform. We also want to send a huge thank you to our sponsors and partners: Walk On Sports Bistro, Sports Info Solutions, Helping Hands LLC, Men of Standard Executive Security, Goomba Bully Killnos, and most of all, the AAA Phantom. None of this is possible without you. Once again, thank you for all your support, the energy, and the authenticity you bring to this space. Until next time, family, stay safe, stay locked in, and when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all once again. And for the last time, y'all, shout out to Xavier Griffin. Happy birthday to the young man, 18 years old today. Give it up for Zay. Young man, I told y'all, man, I think we will be able to get an interaction with him right before the season kickoff. We're going to be up in Gainesville doing some things, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in once again, y'all. It's all love all across the board. I appreciate y'all for supporting. Make sure y'all follow us on our platforms at Coach Smook, at Coach Smook Network, and at Coach Smook CPT for your fitness and motivational content, man. We really been going crazy on our fitness. I know a lot of people been commenting, Coach Smook putting on some weight. Yes, we grinding. I'm trying to motivate y'all. I'm trying to impact my family, my AAA community, by just leading by example and staying consistent. It's not easy, but it is worth it. And I appreciate y'all for supporting. And once again, remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed. Roll Tide, roll.
It's in my bones, crimson in my veins, talking Bama in the microphone. Look me up on YouTube, true cut straight from the stone. Ain't no selling fairy tales, I'm exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I breathe it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see your film, study so militant. I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach of the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I keep the dough off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach, Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, coach. That's what they say.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. Them boys over there. Look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. What's your name, bro? Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide.